Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? How was your Thanksgiving? Ours was wonderful. 15 people for dinner, buffet style is the way to go. Now I'm actually filming in my bedroom right now because I didn't have time at all to work today, to video for today, obviously. So it is right now 1 o'clock in the morning and I am filming. I'm not filming out in my dining room or living room tonight because I've got teenage girls sleeping in the living room right now. My niece, she has some of her friends over. So, yeah, full house. Party never ends. No kidding. Well, I hope everyone's Thanksgiving was as peaceful and chaotic and wonderful like ours was. I hope you got your bellies full and have lots of leftovers for the next 3 or 4 days so you don't have to cook. So what we're going to talk about right now is what people are seeing and experiencing in everyday life when it comes to being of the prepared mind. And I get sent pictures and videos and emails. And if you would like to do so, my email's in the description box below. And if you hear the TV in the background, that's the girls that are watching Netflix, okay? So this first email comes in from a community member, and she also sent in some pictures. She said, so a while ago, I stopped eating chicken. Did you really? Why? She said, I frankly don't trust how it's handled. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So she said, that being said, I decided to try feeding my older cats organic chicken. I boiled it and then I served it. The chicken I have been buying at first looks like chicken after it's cooked. It for sure does not look like any baked cooked chicken I've ever seen before. It breaks apart into these odd shaped cubes and it does not have the consistency of chicken. Come get us soon, Lord Jesus. I ain't kidding. Girl, neither am I. Wow, okay. So that chicken just, you know, I'm wondering, you guys ever heard of that meat glue? Huh? I'm wondering. Yeah, look. So here's an email from a community member along with a picture, and she said, good morning, sweet Autumn. Well, good morning, sweet Michelle. How are you, honey? She said, my husband brought home some yummy, fun-colored, fresh farm eggs from our neighbor's egg stand this morning. So much fun. God is good. God is good all the time, baby. Wow. Yeah. Huh. So you got 3 dozen? Did they charge a lot? I was thinking about starting doing farm fresh eggs, but girl, with a family like I do, we eat more eggs, potatoes, and onions and rice more than anything else. Yeah. Huh. I wonder if it'd be cheaper for me to go this way. So a picture was sent in by a community member, and this is a really good commercial break. I have to share it with you guys. You're gonna die like I did. I am hysterical right now. Bidenomics. Black Friday be like. Yeah. So a community member had sent me this really short email. She said, did you know that there's more than 30 ingredients in McDonald's chicken nuggets? Actually, it's like more like 40. Yeah. So to make a nugget, seasoning, batter, breadcrumbs, fry the chicken nuggets, right? This is what McDonald's uses. White boneless chicken, water, food starch modified, salt, autolyzed yeast, salt, because the food starch modified salt, and then you have salt, and then you have wheat starch, and then you have natural flavor, which is botanical source, safflower oil, dextrose, citrus acid, sodium phosphates, natural flavor, botanical source, water, bleach, wheat flour, niacin, reduced iron, thiamine, mononitrate, yeah, riboflavin, whatever, flavin, folic acid, yellow corn flour, bleached white flour, food starch modified salt. Different kinds of salt, I'm wondering. Baking soda, sodium acid, pyrophosphate, sodium aluminum phosphate, monocalcium phosphate, calcium lactate, spices, wheat starch, dextrose, cornstarch, canola oil, corn oil, soybean oil, hydrogenated soybean oil. What is with all the oils? With TBHQ and citric acid to preserve freshness of the oil. And then dimethylpolysylozane, and the zane is with an X, to reduce oil splatter when cooking. Bloody hell. So this email came in from a community member, and she said that she found it on Twitter. And I looked it up, and sure enough. So dog arm tickets are now causing unaliveness. She said, in my opinion, friends are losing their pups within 48 hours of the puppy arm ticket, right? Protect your fur babies as you protect your human babies. They're coming after the vets to have no idea what's inside the vials. Find holistic vets. You know how hard it is to find a holistic vet? And not only that, when you find a holistic veterinarian, expensive. It's been the issue when you have a crew like I do. Yeah. So here's an email from a community member, and she sent me a Facebook link for like a video or whatnot. But when I clicked on it, of course, if it doesn't go along with their agenda, deleted. So she said, please share this. While the elites in DC are going back home for the holidays, our active duty troops will be eating expired turkeys at the mercy of Butterball. Gotta love our America First policy. You know, Marine Mom in 3, 2, 1. Why? Okay, these men and women are fighting for our freedoms. And Butterball has the balls to not send something fresh? Are you joking me right now? Okay. Not today, Satan. Okay, so here's something that was sent in from a community member. And it's a rant that she has for the commissary on the military base in Guam. Now, if you don't know, Guam is actually a part of the United States-ish, okay? I have talked about the commissary on the military base in Guam before, and what they have there is literally garbage, if you can even find said garbage to feed your family. That's without a word of a lie, okay? But here's an update on the commissary for the military base in Guam. Someone asked me a fair question today. What am I trying to accomplish? It was in reference to the negative post about the Guam commissary system. DECA, which is DECA, the commissary's parent organization, is on island with active duty advisors to DECA and some of DECA's regional and senior leadership. They are here to save Thanksgiving and save Christmas. Save? Okay. And build trust with the patrons. How you going to build trust? I'm going to shut up and I'll just go on. So, she said, I will admit, with their 71 emergency pallets of food they flew in, and with the volunteer help of sailors and airmen, they are well on their way to accomplishing the first two, with the exceptions of turkeys that some spouses discovered they had bought the last week, and they had been expired for 30 months. You mean to tell... Okay, so here we go again. So not only are our men and women, our brothers, our sisters, our daughters, our sons who are fighting over in another country are getting shite for Thanksgiving, like expired food, but also now on the island of Guam. So Butterball, here we go with Butterball once again. Butterball, here's a message for you. Get right and act right. Okay? Because I will never, for the rest of my life, buy a Butterball turkey. Flippin' flap. Wrong with you. Anyway, it says Butterball can sell frozen turkeys through the commissary system that expired up to 2 years ago. The label is different to read, but a spouse tracked it down online so other spouses could decipher the expiration date. With less than 48 hours to Thanksgiving, returning the turkeys and getting another will not help it to safely defrost in time for Thanksgiving dinner. However, DECA is falling at the task of building trust with patrons. Joint Region Marianas has been tasked with as the public affairs lead for this effort. It says, we haven't actually heard anything out of DECA directly. The JRM Facebook page is filled with pictures of uniformed service members filling shelves with a wonderful feel-good story. However, they have also posted a misleading video of full shelves. They used video angles to disguise the fact that there's no butter, very little pet food, among other things. This has filled my inbox with angry messages from spouses who were in the store yesterday and saw empty shelves. And I've got pictures to prove all this too. Okay, so, but the numbers don't lie. To be fully stocked, the Navy-based Guam commissary should have around 8,000 items. They are out of stock on over 2,100 items as of yesterday. Even with the amazing efforts of flying product in and having active duty sailors stock in the shelves, a month ago, the number was only 950. Why are these things getting worse? We have been dealing with an infestation of bugs in containers. What? At the stores? Serious. And at the warehouse, and hundreds of thousands of dollars of products had to be destroyed. The questions that no one can seem to answer are, how was it allowed to get this bad? Why was most of the Guam DECA warehouses equipment allowed to be so broken that they didn't even have one machine that could take turkeys off the higher shelves? So many pieces of other equipment are so broken that they got behind in unloading containers, and those containers sat for weeks in the sun, only to become bug infested. That's disgusting. You know, this is our military personnel here. When the infestation was noted on the day before the DECA CEO and logistics director were here, they toured the warehouse, saw the state of the warehouse and the broken equipment. Why wasn't more urgency placed on relocating food that was being damaged from roof leaks and dealing with equipment issues? DECA leadership likes to pretend this is a new problem, because they're all new in the last year. The logistics director sat down with Mike the middle of August, and they discussed product shortages. The question is, how much patience should we have with an organization that has repeatedly promised to fix our supply chain issues and our multi-food, sour food, bug-infested food, but never actually fixes the problem? How many months do we wait for answers? DECA, what is the plan and the way forward so that after all the attention of the holidays, we actually have food on our shelves come January? When are you going to start hiring people to put food on the shelves? The team is here now telling us we're only here to fix the holiday problems. Yeah, what about the rest of the year? I appreciate that, and I think Colonel Kurtz and CMC Rivers are doing an excellent job in the short term. Okay, so who's fixing the long-term problem, and how is DECA going to communicate that directly to their patrons? In the meantime, I'm doing the one thing I know how. I'm continuing to post publicly when I see the DECA falling short or being misleading to my fellow DECA patrons. I'm filling out my surveys every time I go to the commissary and give feedback where there are shortcomings. I'm bringing this message to my congressional representatives through email. DECA may say that it's the Navy's fault for not providing or not building them a new warehouse. The warehouse is 70 years old, and JRM has not been able to secure funding for a new warehouse. I don't know, but they can find funding for something else, can't they? Yeah. Estimates range as high as $630 million to replace the one that we have. There are many other projects that the Pentagon feels are more important than a dry, secure place to store food and chilled food that feeds their service members, families, and retirees. Oh my God. I agree we need a new warehouse that doesn't, however, address the internal problems I've described that are in DECA's control. These pictures were taken yesterday at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Here's the pictures. So here is an email from a community member, and she said, I went to Albertsons in Southern Oregon on November 21st. I wanted to get some hamburger that was on sale, but turned out I was a week late. That is just how it goes sometimes. I was there about 10 a.m. Albertsons usually has a certain area where they keep the turkeys in. It's a freezer case. This year they had them in the meat section. I don't think to look in the freezer section. Yeah, who would think to look in the freezer section? I know I certainly wouldn't. She said, what I noticed besides where they put the turkeys this year is the chicken above it is low. I feel funny taking pictures when there is anyone around. This one lady drove me batty while I wanted to take pictures of the soup section. She was on her phone, not doing anything, just talking and walking up and down the aisle. Was she talking to herself? Did she answer her own questions? Asking for a friend. So I left and then went back to the soup aisle. She was still there. So I left and went back and she was gone, but now the aisle was full. I try again to go back to the aisle, and after about 10 minutes of this, she's gone, and there were only a couple of people in the aisle. I noticed the soups are not double stacked. I know it's winter, they're on sale, but what stood out to me was the Amy's Kitchen soup. It's a high-priced item, and that was low. My husband loves tuna in his sandwiches, in his lunches all the time, so I buy it not only for my preps. This year, in January, it was 89 cents a can. Then summer, 99 cents a can. After summer, they raised it to $1.29 a can. That's 40 cents this year due to inflation. The same with Rosarita refried beans. It was 99 cents each. Now, she said it's $1.99 each, but I think it was more like $1.79. Still $2 can be in my head. I don't stick with name brands for refried beans. I don't stick to name brands anyway at all for any, you know what I mean? It's just, I'm unless when it comes to coffee, then I'm a snob. But other than that, she said, but I will buy it if the same as other brand prices when it's on sale. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. She said the toilet paper section had gaps, but not picture worthy. Prices have gone up in the last 2 weeks. Since I was there last, I got sticker shock each time I go. I want to pop the inflation bubble to deflate it. Girl, don't we all? Jeez, look at these pictures. And here's an email that was sent in by a community member. Fidelity National Financial, or FNF, which is a Fortune 500 company that provides title, insurance, and settlement services for the mortgage and real estate industries, announced that it was the victim of a cybersecurity incident that impacted certain FNF systems. The company filed a report with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, saying that it has launched an investigation, hired leading experts to help alert law enforcement and implement certain measures to assess and contain the incident. Among other containment measures, they blocked access to certain systems, which resulted in disruptions to their business. Wow. Based on the investigation to date, FNF has determined that an unauthorized third party accessed certain FNF systems, acquired certain credentials. The investigation remains ongoing at this time. FNF, they're not speaking on this matter, if anybody asks questions, media or whatnot. But the real estate news reported that the breach stopped scheduled closings, which left agents and home buyers scrambling for solutions, as they have been told that the systems needed to complete their transactions won't be until Sunday. Good Lord. And a community member sent in something about what happened in Mount Vernon, Kentucky. There was a train derailment and spilled a chemical in a remote part of the eastern Kentucky on Wednesday, prompting officials to encourage residents of a small town to evacuate amid concerns about the air quality. Governor Andy Beshear said in a statement that local officials in Rock Castle, that's one word, County, were encouraging residents of Livingston, with a population of about 200, to evacuate. News outlets reported that a shelter was open at a local middle school. The derailment, involving at least 16 cars, happened at 2:30 in the afternoon. Two of the derailed cars were carrying molten sulfur, which caught fire after the cars were breached. The company is still working to extinguish the fire as of late Wednesday. It's believed that the fire is releasing sulfur dioxide, but the amount won't be confirmed until measurements are taken from air monitoring equipment that was being deployed Wednesday night. Dear Lord. And before I go, here's one more email from a community member. She said, I don't know if you use essential oils or not. Oh, I do, because I make my own cleaning products. Yeah. The one cleaning product that I make, like for like an all-purpose, I guess you can say, I add in like citrus essential oils, so it gives it like a real fresh smell in my house. And then in order to take the oil consistency out but leave the smelly stuff in, I use Dawn dish soap. Yeah, and I do this all the time, and I use that all-purpose cleaner. You can even use it as like a linen spray, you know, like after you make your bed, you spray the linen spray on your bed and it makes everything smell really good. I spray it on my curtains, then I'll use it to clean my bathroom. You know what I mean? So it's like this all-in-one, all-purpose, and everything smells great type thing. Yeah. So yeah, I use essential oils a lot. She said, I began to learn about them a few months ago, and I got a huge doTERRA, D-O-T-E-R-R-A book from the thrift store where I volunteer, which got me started. I also purchased the book Aromatherapy, an A to Z guide. After checking it out from the library, which is a good comprehensive companion, I am slowly accumulating oils as I can. Piping Rock online sells oils in small and large bottles. The small bottles are like samples and they're fairly cheap, especially with their crazy deals promotion. There is one right now that expires soon. I try to buy organic, but I'll take what I can, especially cheaper sample size, since I'm learning. When it comes to the organic essential oils, those are really good, like if you're going to make like your own soaps, your own lotions, you know, body scrubs like that. Like I love to use a sugar scrub, and the sugar scrub that is my favorite all-time smelly, you know, like stuff. It's called brown sugar and oatmeal or something like that. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, using that with a hot shower, girl, I'll tell you, it just makes you feel like I'm brand new today. You know, I mean, seriously, I love it. And I even use it on my face, and it's really, really great for exfoliation. Yeah. But she said, these can be essential during times of future planned not pandemics when not today, Satan. When unable to purchase OTC or RX, unable to see a health professional, etc. Summer preventatives. Four Thieves, yes, I've heard a lot about Four Thieves, has been around for a really long time. My friend has been using it for years. One really good essential oil to use is like spearmint, is really good for migraines, and peppermint is good for belly trouble. Yeah, for like, you know, like if you're like nauseated, smell some of the peppermint, and yeah, and it helps with, you know, nausea. Yeah, it really does. Because my daughter-in-law uses it, you know, because she's still getting like nausea, you know, even though she's almost 3 months pregnant, she still gets nausea, like if she eats too much or whatever the case may be. So she'll smell a little bit of peppermint and she feels better. Yeah. So Robert's Health Essential Oil Blend, 30 milliliter, formulated by Four Thieves. Immunity Essential Oil, no Stormy, stop that. Thieves Oil, Fighter Shield Against Germ, 5 Guard Essential Oil, Thief Oil, Nexon, Nexon, Botanics. I don't know if you have done anything on YouTube or in a newsletter regarding essential oils. No, I have not, but I will. Yeah, I've already done December's newsletter. I'm going to be sending that out within the next day or so, but for January's newsletter, I will definitely do something, okay? Thank you for that suggestion. She said, but if not, maybe a couple of the main ones like above. Doesn't have to be a certain brand, of course. Possibly could help people. All right, well, thank you, sweetheart. That's really awesome. Thank you for this information. I will definitely do something for essential oils for the January newsletter, okay? You know, new year, new you know, new smelly good stuff. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you in the next one, okay? You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fearless. Ciao.